Hi, I'm Tim, welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today, you are looking at the pointy end of my short list for the best new watch of 2019. Limited to 1,500 pieces, this is the Grand Seiko Elegance SBGK005 in stainless steel. The first all-new manual wind Grand Seiko caliber in 8 years inside a glorious 39mm stainless steel vessel, Zaratsu polish, a Mount Iwate dial pattern, glorious blue tones with a few well-chosen silver and gold accents. This is an easy watch to wear on my 16cm circumference wrist. Now the watch is nicely constrained across the wrist. It's compact, yes, but not just in thickness. 43.9mm across the wrist means I can recommend this watch for wrists as small as 13 centimeters in circumference. It is 12.2mm thick, but note how much of that is the domed slope of the sapphire, so this watch slips gracefully and easily underneath tight cuffs. The timepiece, with a measurement of 19mm between the lugs, is close to a traditional dress watch lug spacing, so it does have a very traditional appearance on the wrist. Now, the timepiece is equipped with a high gloss, let's get close, restore our focus, a high gloss, large rectangular scale alligator leather strap like everything else on the watch. It is made in Japan. It is a monotone stitch with a folded edge. You can see high gloss navy blue, and of course a glorious Grand Seiko deployant clasp. You can see it has the vintage Grand Seiko logo with a frosted base. It is a twin trigger release deployant, so you have to actually depress the triggers to open it up, so it can't pop open by accident. And you can see that internally it features one metal strap minder to help keep excess length under control. Now the timepiece does feature calfskin on the underside of the strap. It is a very supple calfskin. I almost feel as though this is broken in leather, but as you can see, it is on a brand new factory strap. It is wonderfully comfortable, and that goes for the watch as a whole. As you can see, the case band is lovely and slim. The lugs are short and nicely downturned. The fit is excellent, and look at the attention to detail. There's a little revetment or cutout in the profile of the case that allows the close drilled strap to pivot without becoming constrained or encumbered against the edge of the case. Smart. Satin finish along the flank. The thin mid case does evoke mid-century modern dress watches from the 1960s, and you can see the hoods of the lugs as well as the bezel, all of high polish. This is the Salitz or Zaratsu style tin plate polishing for which Grand Seiko and Seiko are known, effectively taking the surface to be milled and milling it to optical perfection, mirror-like, against a tin plate wheel. This is done by hand-eye coordination and of course artisanal knowledge. So this is a manual craft. This is a hand-finished watch. The crystal is wonderfully bubble-shaped, like a plexiglass on a vintage dress watch would be, and you can see that the dial itself recapitulates that domed profile. The better to arc around the edges of the dial, you can see that the minute hand has been shaped and bent manually so that it arcs over the slope of the edge, and the same has been rendered, if you look carefully, on the Power Reserve scale hand. Now the Power Reserve, with 3 sectors, sweeps 72 hours. It is a 72-hour manual wind, but you can see that a lot of the best finishing on this watch isn't on the movement side, although it does have a display case back. It's the dial furniture and the dial base. The finish on the dial, evocative of the colors and striations that radiate off Mount Iwate in northern Japan, near the studio where these watches are made. The Shizuku Ishii studio handles higher-end Grand Seiko production, and this watch is part of that output. You can also see that the diamond-polished and faceted individual indices, as well as the hands at center with the Dauphine form and mirror-polished flanks and satin-finished tops, speak to the level of attention to detail that is lavished on this watch by Grand Seiko artisans. The gold applique Grand Seiko logo pops beautifully against the blue base. It is a galvanized blue base, although there are Urushi lacquer entrants in this new Elegance manual wind series. This is a galvanized Iwate blue dial. Turn it all over, you can see caliber 9S63, the first new Grand Seiko manual wind caliber in 8 years. This one was worth the wait. 33 jewels adjusted in 6 positions, one more than the chronometer standard of 5. Manual wind with stop seconds and a power reserve. It features a balance beating beating away at 28,800 vibrations per hour and 30-meter water resistance. You can see that the screws have been tempered, that is fire blued. These are not chemically dyed. You can see their slots are just as blue as their tops. And then there is a mirror polish, as you can see, on the ratchet wheel above the barrel, and it's beautifully executed with a lovely concave dished mirrored surfacing. You can see the Grand Seiko lion on the outside. The timepiece beautifully executed and again quite slim at 12.2 millimeters. In a year when Grand Seiko is celebrating 20 years of the spring drive with watches that are by and large simply too big and too extravagant, this feels like the best new entrant in Grand Seiko's novelties collection. And I will say, furthermore, one of the best new watches of the year. Classical, timeless, elegant. It is the Elegance SBGK005.